Welcome back to Resident Evil.
Yeah, you did the voice. You weren't all peppy.
I tried.
Alright, and so there's enough peaceful music for us. So
Back
we're
to the
gonna leave.
creepy.
Yep, back to creepy stuff.
Now, in between episodes, you were telling me about another point of view on the, no pun intended, on the fixed camera angles, which, again, I had not thought of.
Right, and so I love shots like this because one of these shots like this is telling you, hey, it might not happen now, but later on, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, something might come of this.
And so we're gonna go in this room. See, there's another lockpick room that Jill was able to get into that Chris would need a little bit of extra assistance. But yeah, the other thing that I wanted to hit at is that despite the camera angles changing like this one, that when I move left on the D-pad, Jill always moves left. Or when I move right, Jill always turns right. When I push forward, Jill always moves forward. When I go back, Jill always moves back. And when I do a quick turn, Jill always goes in a 180. And so, no matter the camera shift or the camera change, I have comfort in. There's the broken shotgun.
Yep. A lot of good it does.
That no matter the camera shift, I am reassured because the controls are stable.
Yeah, and that's, again, that's something I hadn't really considered, but that is a very big frustration sometimes with games with the 360 camera, is that, like, God of War, despite it being a really good game, when it gets to like hallways or some of the more linear parts that it wants you to go, it will do a kind of fixed camera angle that lets you jiggle a little, but it has the problem of, since you mainly use the joysticks, it's going to focus in the direction that the camera is, not the direction that the character is.
Yeah.
So you could easily be walking forward, but, turn a corner, or the camera angle can change, and suddenly you're walking backwards. And you're caught in an infinite loop of chaos.
Right. And so, games that do this poorly, you're right. When the camera shift and the controls have to kind of catch up as it were, you do get in this back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it is something that's kind of archaic now. That not too many games do have fixed camera angles and tank controls.
I think nowadays people kind of like compare it to, or at least I don't want to say, I would kind of compare it to side-scrolling, where when used properly, it can actually make a really fun game.
Sure.
When used poorly, it really just hinders the entire experience.
And so, right, and that I mean, it's kind of archaic for a reason. That with the evolution of analog sticks and stuff, going from PS1 to PS2, that kind of stuff died out. And so, see right here, we've already got 8 save points, and so, that's kind of a good amount.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair amount of
Let's
saves.
see. Do I want to keep this?
Yeah, another thing that this kind of encourages, I'm not going to say forces, another thing that the limited saves kind of encourages is longer play sessions.
Right.
So you can't just pause, save, and turn it off and come back whenever you want.
Right.
You have to actually think like, okay, I am here, I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to play this game because, if I'm not careful, I don't know when the next time I can save will be.
Well, people that are... Well, I'll show you something on the map. And so the map... well, we're on the second floor now. The map does show us where the typewriters are.
Well, yeah, what I mean is like if you run out of ribbons,
Okay, yeah.
or you are just low on them,
Right.
and you're like really into it. You've just solved one of the puzzles you've been stuck on. It encourages you to solve it and continue.
Right.
Whereas it's like, yay, I solved it. Okay, taking a break.
Which, I mean, we do these in roughly, 15-minute sessions or whatever, and we've covered a lot of ground, without the need for, a lot of saving or whatnot. So, and people that are far, far better at the game than I am can beat the game in under 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah. There's actually an achievement for this game to beat it in under 3 hours.
Wow, that's like speedrun territory.
Right. I mean, it is. I mean, but it's really, I could never sit down and play a game to speedrun it, because that just requires super memorization, super going over stuff over and over and over again. But there are some impressive speedruns of this game. Now, what that requires is you to, skip a lot of the cutscenes or to, miss out on a lot of the stuff that I'm showing you. And so someone playing it for the first time would not be aiming for that three-hour goal.
Yeah. Yeah, speedruns are a very mixed bag to me because you have some that are perfectly timed out, almost choreographed dances through games of, okay, I'll do this, 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 and this, and it's just one perfect execution after another. And you kind of just get this sense of, wow, this is really impressive that someone has taken the time to figure this game out. Whereas others are just, the doorknob looks like it's ready to fall apart.
Yep.
Go through anyway?
And so,
sure.
So, just like with our resources of kerosene and bullets and stuff like that, ink ribbons, another limited resource is how many times we can use that door. And so that door is kind of a shortcut. I'll show you on the map. A shortcut to connect us from basically the stairs save point to the rest of the mansion. Otherwise, we have to go kind of around that long way that I just did.
Yeah.
That what I'm going to show you now is kind of the shortcut.
Okay. But yeah, you whereas the opposite is it's these guys who have figured out how to glitch the game to where it's almost I kind of lose interest in it because it's like, okay, now you're not playing the game anymore.
Sure.
You're just breaking it.
There are glitchless speedruns, right? The people that are beating this game in under 3 hours aren't glitching it out.
Yeah.
Say like someone that beats Ocarina of Time in say like 19 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. That the people that beat this game in 3 hours, sub 3 hours, are playing it, but they've played it hundreds of times, so they don't need the story. They're just doing it pure skill.
Yeah.
And that is commendable. It's just not something I could do. I kind of like to take my time with games, and so. You think there's anything suspicious about this little baby room?
Yeah. The camera keeps pointing us towards certain pictures.
Well, I'll show you on the map. And so, well, I don't need to show you on the map. So, we have a bunch of goodies. And look, more save points.
Yeah. Yeah, For those viewers who don't know, when you're playing a fixed camera angled game, if it lingers on something or puts emphasis on something, the game developers are trying to tell you something.
Look, Cameron.
Oh, a non-broken shotgun. But whatever will we do? Oh, crap. Okay.
Now
we're safe.
We're gonna miss out on a scene, because Barry, if we wouldn't have encountered him in the main hall like we did when he gave us the acid rounds, he would have saved us. In the original game, when he does save us, so if you don't replace the shotgun at all, this room is locked and spikes come down from the ceiling.
Oh wow!
And would kill Jill. But Barry comes with his hand cannon and shoots the lock off the door and saves her. And in the original game, he says some stupid cheesy line like, "Boy, Jill," or "Boy, you are almost a Jill sandwich."
Oh, good grief!
But in this game, it's kind of tamed down a bit and says, "Boy, Jill, if I weren't here a second longer, you would be thin enough to put between a sandwich." So it's still got that cheesy charm.
Yeah. For those of you who wanted to know the definition of campy, there you go.
Right, and so Resident Evil is definitely the Evil Dead or the Dawn of the Dead or kind of that genre of horror that it's not afraid to be cheesy or funny at times. Where Silent Hill is more your serious, psychological horror that really messes with you.
Yeah, which for some reason the current developers of do not seem to get the hint of.
Well, Silent Hill's dead. Like, Silent Hill is never coming back. I've kind of faced that reality.
When I saw the trailers for Silent Hills and I saw Norman Reedus, I'm like, this is a chance for them to get back to the Silent Hill that made me too scared to actually buy the game and play it. Because I'm like, okay, I could not sit down and take what bombardments
Let me tell
it
you.
would give.
So you've been in the mansion a little while.
Yes.
It's a pretty big mansion, you would say?
Pretty fair sized, yes.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the only bathroom in the mansion.
Really?
Yes. Yep, this is the only bathroom in the mansion.
Wow.
It's full of dirty water. Remove the plug. Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's good housekeeping. I mean, you don't know who else bathed in that.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean,
And
that
might reveal something. Oh! When I call it... yeah, it might reveal something!
So Joe's gonna take care of this zombie. She's gonna do it pretty awkwardly and pretty poorly, but she crushes the head. Yay, good job, Jill. It's alright, let it out. Let it out, Jill.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright, so Jill throws up.
Yeah,
But
there's a difference between shooting a guy 8 times and then having to stomp on his head.
look.
A dagger!
Yep. We definitely want that dagger.
Indeed.
And we are never coming back in this room ever again, and so...
We're not going to bother setting him on fire.
No. Because precious resources.
Indeed. But yeah, when I saw Norman Reedus in that, it's like, if you combine, he's a very talented actor. If you combine his very gruff exterior and voice to the psychological damage of Silent Hills, you could have something very interesting going on there.
So Cameron,
yes,
I might have lied to you.
About what?
It's time to run.
Puppy! Oh, 2 puppies.
Alright, chill out.
Hi, puppy.
No, go.
You're
Yay.
evil.
Bye, doggers.
You're evil.
Alright, hey, look, it's our best buddy again.
Oh, hi, Bob.
It's our bestest friend. Our bestest friend.
And I'm going to name that statue Helen. So when we come by here, it's hi, Bob, and hi, Helen. Because when you live by yourself, you name things to feel better, like you're actually socializing.
Alright, let's see what we have. Alright, so we are going to go... We're going to make a couple trips.
Okay.
We're going to go on a little venture.
Yeah.
So now that we have a shotgun, we're gonna go out and get that ammo.
Okay. Yes, out by the graveyard.
Yep. And so that's another thing that this game kind of encourages you to remember where certain items that you left behind were. Because you're not always going to be able to pick up everything.
Yeah, I just giggled because I remembered this past E3 where Hideo Kojima came out and was like, I'm revealing a new game. It's Norman Reedus in a psychological thriller. Because screw you, Konami.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
I just wish he had actually just flat out said it instead of just inferred it.
Well, he said it in so many words.
His actions said it.
All right, and so Joe's gonna hide behind this lamppost, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Later.